At the end of the necklace, I came out my last of my 4mm Aztec gold rounds. I added 4 15s, and then I went into a 4-inch series of 4mm crystal, 4mm crystal. Getting to the end of the design then, I'm gonna add 2 15s, add my cup button or my clasp, whatever you wanna use. In the middle here, I will add 1 15, 1 crystal, 1 15. Go down through the cup button on the other side. Go ahead and add 2 more 15s. Go back up through those same 15s then right away, through your clasp. Reinforce the beads in the middle, getting 2 strands of thread through here. On the opposite end, we'll do the exact same thing, but just with a seed bead loop. For the seed bead loop, you're gonna do about 32 of your 15-0 crystals. Coming back down then, once you exit through the 2 15s on the exterior of that crystal, we're gonna go back down through this whole 4 inches of our seed beads that we added. Once you're down that whole 4 inches of seed beads, or of 4mm and 3mm crystals, we're gonna add a couple more 4s on and have it V on top of it. When you get back down that line, you add 4 more seed beads to pull that so it sits nice and in the center of the collar necklace. From here, I want you to go through the bottom 4mm bead then. Go through the left bead on that first right angle unit, through the 4mm at the top of the next angle unit, right angle unit, and then that gets us ready to add in our seed beads. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1 15-0 in, sew through the 4mm and out. Add another 15 through the 4mm and out. 15 through the 4mm and out. This is going to continue along the design the whole way till we get into bigger openings. When we get to the bigger openings between the right angle units, you're going to use 2 15s, and then when we get even further into the right angle units here, you're going to put in some 4mm check glass rounds. So here along this side, another 15 into your 6mm bead. And then here, where you can see a little bit bigger of a gap, go ahead and add 2 15s. Sew through your next 6mm bead, and this is over my pearl now that I am. 1 15 into the 6. Between the right angle units, 2 15s into the 6. Coming out the top of that pearl unit there, 1 15 down through the next 6. In between the 2 units here, 2 15s up through the next 6. When you're out between the 2 6s that sit at the top of the right angle unit, 1 goes on and on to the next. Once you're through your 6mm beads, then you're going to get ready to connect the 8mm. What this does also is help it have a nice drape and a nice hang where you don't see a lot of the extra thread. From here now, we're going to drop in some of our 4mm beads. So you have your space here, add 1 4mm bead and sew through the 8. Add another 4, sew through the 8. 4. So you're basically going through the top row here of the right angle weave, so what would be the ceiling of your little right angle weave units, adding in either a 4mm, 1 15 when the 2 beads sit next to each other, and then 2 15s between the 6s. You can see this also helps to establish that curve and makes it so it'll sit nice on your neck. Coming out the end then, once you get here, you're going to do again your seed beads along with your 4 inches of chain, and then that 32 bead loop to go onto your cup button.